Hi everyone and welcome to this reading. Today's reading is revolving around this card, You Helped Me Heal. Now I tried to do this reading, I did do this reading the other day because I got this card out. It kept popping out of the deck, shuffling it, and it just kept flying out. And so I thought I have to do a reading on it. And I did the reading, and then during the editing process, my microphone I realized had turned off halfway through the reading. And so I just thought to myself, okay, maybe the message that was within that reading wasn't meant to come out yet, but the song that I was channeling during that reading, I have been hearing all afternoon, just playing over and over in my head. And I thought, well, maybe I'm meant to redo the reading. And so I came back out to my table, and sitting right here on the top of the deck, just like that, was the card, You Help Me Heal. So I know that I am meant to do this reading, and if you are here, you are meant to see this reading. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If this reading resonates with you, give it a like. Please feel free to share your story in the comments section. A bit about me. As I said, I get messages generally through random cards that I see, or just wording on the side of a sign, and then I will start to receive song messages that all intertwine with that same message. So the other day I was getting a couple of songs. Now the first one, which is the song that I was singing today, is a song called Healing by Fletcher, and the wording is, finally breathing, the smoke ain't gone but it's clearing, I ain't there yet but I'm healing. The other song that I was getting was Lazarus by Miranda Curtis. Now if you know the story of Lazarus, he was dead 4 days when Jesus brought him back to life. And the reason that he was brought back to life was so that the apostles would know that Jesus was the Messiah, Jesus was the Savior. So if this reading resonates with you, it could be for two reasons. It could be because you have helped somebody heal and they're wanting to let you know, or the reverse of, you could have somebody in your life who has helped you heal from a situation. Now, to give you a context of that, and I just waited for him to race across the lounge room and then jump up onto the couch. My dog, who I've had now for 3 years, and I'm 48. Am I 48? I'm 48. I have had a lifelong fear of dogs ever since I can remember. I was bitten by a dog. We lived on a farm, and I was bitten by the farm dog when I was a toddler. I was bitten by another dog when I was about 10 or 11, a big German Shepherd, in a house that I had to ride past on my way home from a music lesson. And this house has got big beware of the dog signs all over it. And as I was riding past the house, I noticed that the gate was open, and all I saw was this dog just bounding towards me, teeth, out. Anyway, I have no recollection of the incident, but I did end up with stitches in my ear and forever have had a lifelong fear of dogs, to the point where if I went to somebody's house and they had a dog, they would put it outside. I was so frightened of dogs. Now, we got our dog during COVID. It was a big decision for our family to get a dog, but that little fur ball has helped me heal. I now go up and pat dogs on the street. I am a different person. People who knew me 3 years ago are absolutely floored that I have a dog, let alone have a dog in my house, or that I'm talking nice things about dogs. I am a different person. The way that dog helped me heal has been profound, very similar to, the miracle of Jesus bringing Lazarus back to life. It was so profound that it helped the apostles realize that he was the savior. It needed to be something grand. So we go back to that Fletcher song, finally breathing, the smoke ain't gone, but it's clearing, ain't there yet, but I'm healing. You could still be in the healing process, or the person who you have helped heal may be still in that healing process, but wherever you or they are well and truly on the journey to healing. Now, I think for many people, our healing journeys actually started during COVID. I know for many people, if you look at who they were before COVID, I know myself, I was literally on a hamster wheel. I had so many things going, so much stuff on, so many places to be. It was just crazy. And then the world stopped and people were allowed the time and space to actually start reflecting on their lives because there was literally nothing else to do. And so many people started to go through their awakening during COVID. And for those of us who learnt the majority of the lessons, went through that dark night of the soul, or subsequent dark nights of the soul during that COVID period, and came out the other end refreshed, you know what I'm talking about. But for many people, it was a catalyst into shining a light on the things in their life that weren't working, that they needed to make changes on. And what happened for many people is they had a taste of healing during COVID. And then when the world reopened, they went back to their normal ways. They returned to their previous life. And so all of the healing work that was done was folded back. And so now there are many people at the moment going through even bigger dark night of the souls because they have had the tests reapplied to them on the return to the real world. So there's that saying, life gives you the test first and then the lesson, and then you get another test. While many people got the test first, learnt the lesson, but actually went back and did the same thing again. So it's that whole process of rediscovering who you are, rediscovering things that you need to remove from your life. And as I said, you help me heal. There is somebody in your life that you have helped, in this journey. And it may be, you may know this person, you may not know them, they may have already told you, or they may be still to tell you. But I think part of their journey, part of the journey of healing, is actually to acknowledge that person who has been part of that process. So we're going to pull some cards. I might do some Divine Messages cards first. I'm just seeing if I've got anything else that... No, I think that's it. Now, if you haven't been to one of my readings before, I give the messages first and then I use my cards to clarify those messages. I'm an intuitive reader, but I'm also an illustrator, and all of the tarot and oracle decks that you see here are all my own, and it is what I use within my readings. I find I obviously connect really well with my own creativity, and that helps me relay the messages. So I'm going to start off with the Divine Messages Tarot, or Divine Messages Oracle cards. All of these cards are available in the links in the description box. Yes. So if you were asking a question, or you had a question in your mind, if you were thinking that it was a certain person, the answer is yes. And the answer is also no. Yes and no. And that's very interesting. And only you will know the answers to those questions. And I'm thinking about my tarot and oracle decks. Now, I did visual arts at university. I have had creative businesses my whole life, but it wasn't until COVID that I actually connected with my spiritual side. I've always been intuitive, but I have never linked the two. Now, there are several readers on YouTube that helped me heal, because when I was going through, and I'd already been through a dark night of the soul in my late teens, but when I was going through some deep shadow work at the beginning of COVID, I really, really looked to tarot readings, and I was guided to certain readers who guided me along the journey, who helped me recognize some things in my life that I needed to work on, that I needed to create boundaries for. So this tarot card, oracle card illustration journey for me has been incredibly healing. And for some of those readers, and they know who they are, I expressed that to them, even to the point where there are certain tarot decks that I have done, that I have created, where I was guided to only listen to, because I would draw the decks and I would listen to tarot readings, and I would be learning tarot and getting information on healing myself through those readers. And so some of these decks actually, I believe, have both my energy in terms of the illustrations, but also those readers' energy in them, because that's who I was listening to at the time. And this might be, somebody whose music you like, or somebody whose book you've read, or, another mum on the playground who you've witnessed, how they interact with their children. Maybe it's helped you have a better relationship with your children. It could be all sorts of things. But there's somebody in your life who you have helped heal, or there is something in your life that has helped you heal. For me, like my puppy dog. Okay, let's get another card. Clearly decide what you want. Why have we got clearly decide what you want? That line in that song, finally breathing, the smoke ain't gone, but it's clearing. I ain't there yet, but I'm healing. That temptation to go back to your old ways, or that temptation for this person to go back to their old ways, even though they're already in that healing process. Let's get some more cards. Delays. Yeah, there's delays. And I think those delays are the tests. As I said before, you get the test, then you get the lesson, and then you get the test again. Are you, or is this person coming towards you? And I think we're always working on ourselves, but is this person coming towards you, or are you completely healed? Yes or no? Yes or no? Clearly decide what you want. Are you going to be tempted to go back to your old ways? If it's a job, if like me, prior to COVID, you had a million things on, then during COVID you realized that you liked a quieter lifestyle, maybe you started working from home, and now that the world has gone back to where it was, are you back in the office when you'd prefer to be at home? What things are you currently doing in your life that aren't aiding that healing? And there's delays until you make that decision. I'm hearing, going cold turkey. And on the back of the deck, intuition. Using your intuition to clearly decide what you want. And until you do, there will be delays. And so you will not know yes or no, because you have to clearly decide what you want. Okay, let's get some tarot. Tell me about this yes card. Judgment. Which is Pluto. Pluto is currently in Aquarius, and I think the whole collective is going through this period of judgment. Are you going to stay and be left behind, or are you going to move on collectively and shift with everybody else? And we've got the High Priestess card again. So again, that's intuition. Okay, let's have a look at this no card. Oh, Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Where are you going to put in the work? Are you going to keep putting in the work, doing the things that required healing in the first place? Or are you going to be putting in the work, doing the things that will continue to help you heal? And Spirit is saying, clearly decide what you want. And your outcome, the judgment, where you will be. And I think this delays is, if you can recognize that things need changing and make that decision, follow your intuition, then you move along. If not, you're going to be stuck in this karmic cycle. That's what Spirit is saying. You help me heal. Page of Cups. That's a beginning. That's a new beginning. A new refreshed beginning. And if you look at that little bird, he's looking into the teacup, potentially looking at his reflection in the tea. Who am I? What is it that I want? Maybe that's where you're at the moment, or where this person who's letting you know that they were helped by you in healing. Maybe that's where they're at. Am I going to continue down the path of healing, or am I going to go back to what I used to know? Okay, delays, death and rebirth. There's a new beginning on offer through this healing process. And death is Scorpio energy. There is a new beginning on offer. But what are you going to decide? Yes or no? This reading started off with me thinking that, somebody was coming to tell you, but they ain't there yet, but they're healing. Or you were ready to tell somebody the impact that they had on your life in terms of your healing journey. And everybody's at different stages in this. Take what resonates. Two of Pentacles, which is decisions, yes or no. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to pull some more tarot. King of Cups and the King of Swords. King of Cups, King of Swords. Being honest with yourself and giving yourself the full cup of love in order to heal. Two of Cups. If it is somebody that you have helped heal, or if somebody has helped you heal, for example, and it doesn't have to be a person, it could be an animal, like you have a soul contract with this person as part of the healing journey. You were meant to cross paths. It's part of the journey of your soul in this lifetime. So it was meant to happen, but to what degree is the decision of the individual, be you or them. King of Wands. Now, in the context of me, we could have got a dog, and if you look at this, a little lizard underneath, I could have just left him outside and not interacted with him at all, which is not part of the healing process. Part of my healing process with my dog was that I was meant to interact with him to the point where I am now no longer afraid of dogs. Somebody might be putting up defense, might be being defensive about this process, whether it's you or somebody else, settled and comfortable in karmic patterns. And we've got the Judgment card out again. That's twice. We've got one here and we've got one here. judgment. That's where the judgment will be in terms of, are you going to go back to what you know and remain unhealed, or are you going to move forward into this new beginning? And as I said before, this decision will create delays in what you're wanting to move forward to. And on the bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. So there is a new beginning for you or for this person. There is a new beginning on offer. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles has got everything she needs. She doesn't need anything else. The Queen of Pentacles is healed, stable, secure, healed. And again, we're getting repeating cards. Two of Cups. Again, it's part of your soul's journey to go through this phase where you need, and maybe from, I look at my dog. Maybe I'm meant to meet this little dog, and maybe next lifetime he's a cat. Every lifetime to work on something in my life that I'm healing. Yeah, coming through every lifetime. 8 of Wands. Strength to help you heal. Leo energy. To work on. 8 of Pentacles in every lifetime. Temperance. Divine timing. Temperance is also an angel. I could say my little dog is an angel. To pull you out of a mindset that's keeping you stuck with the Hermit. To make you internally reflect on things that are keeping you stuck. Oh my goodness. That's 3 judgments. We've got 3 judgment cards in here. 1, 2, 3. If that is not Pluto and Aquarius, the whole collective is going through judgment. Are you going to stay where you were, or are you going to, are you going to turn a blind eye? I mean, look at the uprisings that are happening at the moment. You've got farmers in Europe, you've got people rallying in the streets over what's happening in Palestine. Collectively, we are looking at society as a whole and looking at what things are impacting our lives on a negative level and what things are impacting our life on a positive scale. And collectively, we are moving towards, and that's what Aquarius is, moving towards the humanitarian side of things, for the people. And I even think about some of the rallies that have happened. Some of the rallies that have happened here in Australia have been, now we went through a big referendum a couple of months ago where the country voted yes or no to a voice in Parliament for Aboriginal people. And there was a lot of angst and unrest around that vote for many people. But what we've seen in the last couple of months has been rallies that have been held between Palestinian people and Aboriginal people, holding a rally together on issues that they both have in common. Being forced off land. You look at the country of Ireland or South Africa, who are incredibly on the forefront in terms of defending the rights of the Palestinian people. Deep-seated wounds in those countries, in South Africa, in Ireland, in Australia, in regards to issues that are mirroring in the Palestinian situation, and feeling like they want to stand up for those rights and feeling like they have an understanding. And so therefore, feeling like they are heard. And collectively, it's happening. And collectively, it's judgment for everybody. Okay, let's get some angel cards. What angels are working with us at the time as we heal? Number 7. Now, that's a highly spiritual number. Patience, learning, and wisdom. We are learning collectively what we stand for and who we should align with. I mean, you only have to look at mainstream media. You know, people are switching off from watching mainstream media and they're actually going and finding their information, their news information independently. They're doing their own research. And I think in part they're guided by their guides, their angels, people that they connect with, you know, that they resonate with them, that they resonate with, that help them on that healing journey. Number 31, a Lackabell acquires knowledge. You're finding out their own information, not relying on being spoon-fed by somebody else, actually going and getting that information themselves. And you can see it happening, you know, and I've said it before in other readings. For example, with Palestine, you know, there's a photographer called Motaz. Now, prior to what's happening in the Middle East, prior to October, I think he had a couple of thousand people following him on his Instagram account. He's now got 18 million people following him because he was documenting what was happening, as opposed to people going and watching the news and seeing it secondhand and filtered through the mainstream media. Interesting. Okay, so we've got number 4, Elamia, protects during travel and mental illness. And 68, healing. This is healing. You've helped somebody heal or you are healing from something. And you can see it collectively on the world scale. If we think about 9/11, which happened over 20 years ago, now that was an awful event where a whole collective, religious collective of people were condemned. So the Muslim faith, the Islamic faith was condemned as a whole because of the actions of a minority. And people's ideas and thoughts about that religion were awful. It was made out to be the worst thing in the world. 20 years on, and we see these Palestinian people who are so gracious and pious and so anchored in their faith as they are being slaughtered. You know, you don't hear much being said in terms of, you know, them being ungrateful or anything like that. And what this is doing is it's healing a large portion of the world's collective that previously thought that people who are Muslim were bad. And now we see, with Ramadan starting today, we see non-Muslims actually fasting for Ramadan in solidarity. We see huge swathes of people now converting to Islam. And it's all because of what they're seeing happening in Palestine. And it's collectively healing those wounds which were previously there from 9/11. And it is all very Pluto in Aquarius, which is where Pluto is currently at the moment. And it is where Pluto was in Aquarius during the French Revolution 250 years ago, where huge swathes of people marched in revolt to something that they saw was an injustice. So currently we have hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of people every weekend around the world marching in solidarity for all the Palestinian people. And I feel it's almost got that feeling of a big, we're all being taken along, we're all flowing along in this big collective healing. And it's actually really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. 45, motivation and willpower. And on those days when you're not feeling great, you literally have people around you that are on that collective healing journey as well. And so you just get taken along with the momentum. Gabriel, divine messages and revelations. There will be more healing to come. Now, Gabriel blows the horn on Judgment Day. More messages to come. More healing to come. Okay, I'm going to pop him there and I'm going to see. Now, this might be messages from the person who you have helped heal. It may be messages from your higher self. Just take it how it resonates. Do that more. Okay. Take the first step. Take the first step towards healing. Take the first step towards a better existence. Take the first step with that death card towards telling somebody how they have helped. I think I have found the one. I'm so frustrated. Getting the courage to come and tell somebody what an impact that they've had on your life. I've never forgotten you. What an impact that they have had on your life. Love is the greatest healer. I know exactly how you feel when you look at me with those eyes. That's potentially somebody that you have helped heal on a soul level. And truth and honesty is my priority. Okay, finally we're going to get some letters and numbers. This might be your middle or last initial or those initials of somebody that you're dealing with. I'm going to give it a shake. Okay. Okay, so we have a W and a 4. So the numbers may be relevant as well. A Z and a 10, an F and a 4, a B and a 3, an I and a 1, the FBI. The FBI. Interesting. A T and a 1, an N and a 1, a V and a 4, a J and a U, a J and an 8, sorry, a J and a U, and this last one is a P and a 3. That's what I've got for you today. If this reading resonated, give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you are interested in any of my decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. I wish you a beautiful rest of the day and I look forward to seeing you again.